Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to another beer review. And in this beer review, I am a very proud person. And the reason why I feel proud is because I've got a beer from a brewery which I've championed more or less from the beginning of this channel. And their beers have suddenly appeared in the mainstream supermarkets like Sainsbury's. And we are talking about Roosters Brewing Company, which are based in Knaresborough, which is about 20 minutes from me that way. And we have a stout from them, and it's a can of their First World Problems. Now, I have seen their IPA Babyface Assassin in Marks and Spencer a couple of times in Harrogate, but I've never thought that their beers would be sold nationwide, if you know what I mean. So I've got a soft spot for this brewery. They have produced some really great beers, and I'm hoping this one will be another belter. Now this one is a salty caramel stout. It's clocking in at 4.5%. That's a bit of a concern of mine because I've said before 4.5% stouts. We're going on to a weaker style, maybe porter territory for me. So not too sure, but let's crack this open, see what it's about, and hopefully it'll be a rather nice beer. Now this, it says, a deliciously complex, smooth and decadent stout brewed with the addition of salted caramel. This was £3.50 in Sainsbury's. That 50 pence, not too sure about, maybe £3 a can. Yeah, you get a lovely, slight milky coffeeness to it. Smells rather nice, it does. So let's pour it out like we do. And I pray, these breweries, small breweries trying to get into the supermarket game, should I say game, I always kind of like back because they deserve it. They've been producing beers which have been, highly respected and received in their, local area. It's just nice to see them on a supermarket shelf, you know what I mean? So there you go, jet black, off-white head, the aroma. Again, you do get hints of coffee, hints of chocolate. It smells a little bit thin in a way. I'm going to go in. So cheers. A nice Italian coffee bitterness on the front end. Then a thinness. Slight sweetness. Do I pick up caramel? An inkling of caramel for me. And there we go. There we go. I think with this beer review is very kind of like familiar with me with the chocolate blocker from Williams Brothers. It's kind of like promising so much on the can. When it gets down to the beer, for me, it's too thin. It is. It's too thin. You do get, accents of flavors, the coffee, the caramel. It is there. The chocolate is there, but it's not, coming up with a thick taste and a thick body to this beer. And I think that is what it's all about for me. It's 4.5%. That is the problem with this beer for me. 4.5%. For me, it should be stronger. It should be thicker. It should be more fuller in body. I'm not getting it. I really ain't. Just not doing it. Now, this comes down to economics again. You know, a supermarket wants a stout. You want to produce a stout for a supermarket. You know, it'll get your name noticed. It will get your beer noticed. But the problem being is that if you produce for a supermarket, where cash flow is concerned, you need to produce a beer which does not cost you a lot of money to produce. And when I look at a brewery like Roosters and a brewery like this, I'm starting to think, well, someone somewhere might be asking the brewer, well, how much does it cost to produce that beer? You know what I mean? How much does it cost to produce that beer on that scale, on what, the supermarket demand at the end of the day? Supermarket demands, a huge load of quantity to supply a lot of their stores. Could you keep up with the demand? Could you produce a beer for the price and still make a profit after the supermarket sells it? And that is the problem I have with this beer. I think if Roosters didn't supply this to a supermarket, didn't supply any of their beers to a supermarket, didn't supply this one to a supermarket, and kept it on their web shop, I think this beer would be stronger. I think this beer would be more full of flavour, and I think this beer would be really nice. But as it stands, they've gone down the supermarket route. The supermarket wants something for nothing, I would say, most of the time, because of the way they sell stuff. And to keep up with the demand they want out of the brewery, for me, it'll be quicker and more economically viable for them to produce a beer which not as strong, not as full in flavour, ship it out the door, get it on the shelves. And I think that is what has happened here. So for me, boys and girls, I have to say, Roosters Brewing Company, they are a great brewer. Babyface Assassin, get hold of a can of that. For me, Salty Caramel Stout, coming in at 4.5%. Do me a favour. Make it stronger, make it more bolder, make it more fuller, make it more tasty. And then you've got a great beer. Thank you very much for watching this. As ever, you all stars. Please subscribe, put them in the comments. See all of you, every one of you, on my next beer review. So cheers, everybody.